We have been blessed with one of the most anticipated moments of Arc 5 ReZero. Absolute peak. I'm sure we all witnessed the amazing hope-giving speech the GOAT Natsuki Subaru has delivered upon us in Season 3, Episode 7. This episode was being hyped all week, and I can say for certain that we all know why. It certainly did not disappoint whatsoever. I'll save the glazing for near the end of this video. Let's just jump straight into the contents of what's happened in this episode. So the episode begins with the mystery being solved on how Aldebaran got his hands on one of the witch cultist meteors. He off-screened a bunch of cultists. Emilia tells Aldebaran to relay information to Subaru that Capella is residing in the first Tower district, and Greed is in the district Tower 3. My boy Regulus making sure that this wedding goes through. He is hiding. He's like, nah, I'm gonna leave all this chaos to the other witch cultists, the other Sin Archbishops. I have a wedding to plan. He travels to the government building to tell Subaru this information, as the group are now met with a new approach. Who will be the one to broadcast over the entire city words that will give the citizens new hope? Is it Anastasia? No. Maybe Cruce? Nah. Okay. Maybe Julius? Nah. It has to be my GOAT, Subaru Natsuki. Subaru doesn't feel like he's the right person for the job. I mean, there are so many more qualified and obviously more popular people that could be doing this speech. I mean, this speech has to lift the hopes of all the citizens that are currently anxious, scared, upset, like the whole city's going to ruin, the archbishops, the Sin Archbishops, the fucking witch cultists are taking over. These people are scared for their lives. They need someone, some kind of figure of hope to kind of relieve them of all this anxious and stress. And you'd think it could be Anastasia, it could be someone with authority, it could be someone well known. But however, this is where it gets very interesting, because despite if someone, as you know, there are way more people that are more well-known, more popular, more powerful, more intellectual than our boy Subaru Natsuki. However, if one of those people were to get on that stand, broadcast these words that were meant to bring people hope, they would be baseless. It wouldn't be coming from the heart in a sense. It'd be just purely words just for the sake of trying to accomplish something. However, Subaru, we all know he's not powerful, he is not intellectual at all. The only thing he's got is the guts to never give up. He's returned by death. And pretty much he is just as human and just as strong as the citizens who are cowering in the shelters trying to be safe. You know what? But however, despite all of this, he is the perfect person to get up on that stage, broadcast these words. He's the perfect person to give these citizens hope. People, they don't need to hear baseless words with no meaning. They need to hear it from an individual who actually believes in those words himself. And there's no better man to do that than Subaru Natsuki. Yes, he's accomplished many feats, like taking down the White Whale and defeating the Sin Archbishop of Sloth, Betelgeuse. However, Subaru, down to the core, is quite literally just like everyone else. He's still a person, your everyday Joe. This is why he's the best person to deliver a speech he himself can truly believe in. Aldebaran feels many expectations are being placed onto Subaru, and he even tells Subaru himself he won't be blamed for feeling the pressure to the point he can't do this speech. If you think about it, in the eyes of these people, Subaru, now, I wouldn't go as far as to say I think he's somewhat of a god. However, because of his return by death ability, I don't know about the other worlds where he failed time and time again. They're used to just this one world, this continuation of where Subaru just knows what to do, what's gonna happen. and how to solve it. So there is a reason why they have high expectations of Subaru. I mean, the feats he's done, it is no short of anything but amazing. However, Aldebaran kind of gets it. He knows, like, you know, Subaru, he's still human. These high expectations are enough to make anyone crumble. I mean, Subaru has to deliver a speech that has to kind of give out an entire city hope. You're gonna have doubts. However, Subaru is like, fuck that, I'm a goat and I need to impress Emilia and so other more people. So I'm gonna get up on that stage and speak my facts. Now, his beginning words aren't very positive at first. He speaks about how the Witches' Court are still in control of the city, the towers, and the odds are very much in their favour. I mean, the destruction of the city already proves that the Witches' Court are winning at this point. He talks about how he himself is scared to the point his legs are shaking and can't be stopped. How there must be someone much better for the job than him. However, despite all of that, the one delivering this empowering speech is Subaru himself. The man who's going to fight and not run away. The man who has once defeated the Witches' Court before. Won't give up hope. He begins getting the citizens to join together and not look down in doubt and fear. That even during this dire situation, they can still fight. Maybe not physically, of course, but by having hope and protecting one another. Whether it be a close friend or a person they had come to meet only a few hours prior. Hope and sticking together is the tool of overcoming this obstacle. Subaru's job was complete. His speech gave the citizens the very push they needed to break out of the anxiety the sin of wrath cast upon them. This has got to be one of the most emotional scenes I've seen in anime to date. Like, I know there's many emotional scenes in animes that are highly rated, and yes, I am a day one ReZero glazer. However, my point still stands. Because think of it like this. This whole entire speech of hope, of, you know, fighting back against the odds. This is coming from a person, an individual who, you know, once hated himself, thought lonely of himself, and just could crumble away, and just disappear. Like in Subaru's eyes, for the whole season 2 events, he was just a person, like, looking for, like, his place in the world. Like, when he was going up against all those obstacles, he was on the verge of giving up so many times. Like, this was a person who thought that no matter what he did, there was not gonna be a happy ending whatsoever. He believed that he deserved all of the shit that was happening to him. He thought giving up would have been the only thing he could do. He felt powerless, he felt useless, and like, I think it was like episode 16 around that time, 16, 15, 17, around those, where like people were just also giving him the impression that, yeah, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not good enough. He goes from having so much self-doubt, like thoughts of no matter what he does will always lead to mistakes. He goes from that individual, like a person with self-hatred, self-doubt, thinking that no matter what he does, it means nothing, he feels powerless, he feels useless. He goes from all of that to a person who stands head held high, broadcasting an entire speech. And that speech is what motivates an entire city and gives them hope. If that doesn't tell us the whole character development of Subaru in that skit, from season 1 to season 3, if that is not character development, I don't even know what character development is at this point. Is that peak fucking fiction, absolute cinema. Watching this speech, I practically almost cried, because this is a character I relate to so fucking much. From seeing how he used to be, the person he is now, the entire change, the character development, everything. The fact he can go from self-doubting himself, hating himself, thinking he's useless, from going from that, being able to give it an entire speech to a city and giving them hope. Honestly, that is worth anyone's tears. The episode then ends with Otto the Goat appearing and bringing with him one of the most overpowered characters ever, Reinhold things are now looking up. ReZero has cooked once again, and this scene was probably one of the most anticipated moments that us fans couldn't wait to get adapted. The entire speech scene, that scene, just the fact that that was going to get animated this entire week, it has been hyped as shit, and as it should, because it was not overrated at all. It hit every expectation ever. And we, as ReZero fans, have been waiting for what, almost 4 years for this type of content, for this to get animated. Eating good. They surely delivered with today's episode. They definitely delivered. Genuine tears could have flown from my eyes. I literally felt the waterworks coming, and to be fair, I should have cried on the spot, because that shit hit me right here. But alas, one more week? So last week is episode 8, and then that's it until February, and then we get core 2. Season 3 has flew by. 8 weeks, almost 8 weeks has gone already. That is crazy. And then we have to wait till February. Like, I know that will fly by. I know the time will fly by. We'll have February soon come. However, like, Wednesdays has been my reason to wake up happy. It has kept me going, knowing that every Wednesday we'll have like, what, 24, 25 minutes of pure fucking joy. Now, this shit has been my waking moment. We have waited, what, 3 years. Yes, February will come soon. However, it's not enough. Jokes aside, a very inspiring episode, to say the least. Let me know what you guys thought about Subaru's speech down in the comment section down below. What do you think of season 3 so far? And what did you think of this episode? Personally, this episode, although it was mainly just the speech, hands down has topped nearly all of the episodes so far on God. But yes, that is all from me. Thank you for tuning into today's video, and I'll see you all next week for episode 8.